Hi, my name's Nicola. I'm one of the co-founding directors of an organisation called Flourish Together. We're an organisation that reinvests our profits in supporting women to change the world and develop it in the way they see needed through all sorts of social enterprises, community projects, initiatives, and we help them in all sorts of ways. We work with housing associations, universities, councils, various larger social enterprises and charities in various ways as a pay-it-forward consultancy, and that's how we manage to invest surplus time and surplus profits in women to lead that change. I'm talking to you today because we are running our Mentor-a-thon. We've been running Mentor-a-thons now for about 8 years, and it's a way of bringing people together that can both invest time in their community and support women change makers in different ways, but it's also a really good leadership and development opportunity for people. And having been through organisations or programmes like Common Purpose and a number of other leadership development programmes and training myself, I've kind of pulled together the best bits, if you will, of some of the programmes and some of the sessions that I've been on to create this event, this day, these sounding board sessions that we're inviting people to come and get involved with. The programme that we're running in Greater Manchester, in the North Manchester area at the moment, it's meant that we're focusing on looking for some mentors in the North Manchester area. We have got some, and we've got plenty from the wider Greater Manchester area, but we're really keen that if there are local businesses, local public sector leaders, voluntary community sector leaders in North Manchester, that if they want to come and see kind of local talent that's emerging in the social enterprise, charity and business startup sector, and they want to play a role in supporting people to get ahead, then people will be very welcome to get involved. So I'm just quickly going to show you what this is all about and see if it's something that might be of interest to you. So the Mentor-a-thon itself, we're running our first real world Mentor-a-thon for the first time in over a year. Been running them online and they've worked well, but we're now getting back in the real world, and we're holding this at Red Bank House in North Manchester. And it's a great venue, really big, spacious room that we've got, so we can socially distance well and run multiple sounding boards throughout the day. We're asking people to come, our mentors to come from 12 till 5, and we've got some lunch from 12 till 12:30, and then various these sounding board sessions throughout the day. So in terms of what are the benefits, I'm going to talk about kind of the format of the day, but why do people get involved with this? So the networker or mentee, the women who we've been supporting through our Time to Grow programme, in other cases through our wider network, they come and present a challenge to a group of people, some experienced brains, be they experienced locally, be they experienced about business, be they experienced about social enterprise specifically, charities, organisational development, politics. We get a cocktail of brains around the table of sort of 4 or 5 people to help troubleshoot a challenge for this networker. And it gives them a real forum in which to troubleshoot and get impartial feedback, basically, a way to be taken seriously, which often when you're starting out on your business development or organisational development journey, sometimes it's friends and family, it's the few people that are kind of around you that have been listening to this, and to have a broader range of perspectives and experience and other people that can help open doors, signpost you to other opportunities and other contacts is vital. So the benefits to the network and the women coming is key, and we've got an amazing group. We've got over 30 women change makers on our current Time to Grow programme, because it's funded in different ways. They're from different pockets, but we've got over 15 women from the North Manchester area on the programme, very diverse, brilliant business ideas ranging from catering, health and wellbeing, growing and sustainability, environmental sort of stuff, social justice, supporting women affected by domestic abuse. There's a whole range of stuff and brilliant people that have come forward that we're supporting. What's the benefit to you? Well, we call you the sounding board. basically are a group of an independent panel and a group of mentors who will come and independently grapple with this challenge. And we have a method for doing this that's quite different to anything else that you might have seen or that our networkers have seen in the way we approach it. But it works, and it's a great opportunity for you to develop your knowledge in the social economy, social entrepreneurs and other sort of innovators leading social change. Both at the startup levels through the mentees that come through, but also from the other brains around the table who are often very well versed in this stuff. It's a way to learn from other people's leadership and problem solving styles. You know, getting good leadership training is like gold dust, and I would say, you know, it's a really good, you know, free way to get an afternoon's problem solving and leadership development support, because all the challenges that come to the table are likely, or many of them are likely to be things that you might be having to grapple with in your own working life or daily life or within your own community. So there's something to learn from all angles. It's a way to use our collective skills and knowledge and contacts to make a difference. And, you know, in an area like North Manchester, all focusing in on a number of challenges, and be they business challenges or social challenges, and sometimes the two going hand in hand, especially through social enterprises. It's a really great way to make a difference. It's a good way, as I keep talking about leadership, a way of sort of leading outside your authority, or you know, using knowledge and your sort of latent experience that, you know, you perhaps hadn't realised was really crucial or would be a real benefit to other people. And so whether you're from a marketing background or HR background, or you've worked in a particular patch in North Manchester and you've got really solid sort of knowledge of a particular area, there's no right or wrong way to come into this. And, you know, provided you're kind of open, you're you know, a good people person, and you're interested to sort of listen and kind of greenhouse ideas as well as give your thoughts and views, then you'll fit in just fine. And for everybody, not just the networkers, but for yourselves, it's a great way to make new contacts. So what does the day look like if you decide to take part? As I say, lunch is being provided on arrival, and then we run these parallel sounding board sessions. There's a range of them running because we've got a lot of people to see, but there's comfort breaks, there's time to reflect. And as part of the day, we actually involve everybody in deciding who we might allocate some cash to. So every year we've run crowdfunding campaigns to raise cash to invest in women, because we find that sometimes if your face doesn't fit with certain funders, you slip through the cracks of, you know, what's eligible, or having a constitution, or being in the right, having the right vehicle to apply for funding in the first place. A lot of the women, especially if they're startup stages or they're not used to that sort of stuff, can't get their hands on the cash to get started. Even with the vast network of funders that we know of and that we signpost people to, that first bit of pump priming, 150, 200 up to £500 as a cash award to invest in people for their personal professional development, organisational development or equipment, makes a massive difference, in addition to this, you know, sounding board session they get. So you'll get to be part of the decision making, basically, as part of reflecting on, you know, who could make best use of some cash right now from the people that we see throughout the day. I won't bore you with this, but if you decide to come, there's a process of the way these 45-minute sessions are chaired. So there's nothing you have to prepare, there's nothing you have to do. You just turn up with, you know, with your life skills, with your, you know, career knowledge, with anything and everything else, community knowledge, anything else. And a chair, one of my colleagues who will be working on the day with us, will sort of keep time, make sure things flow in the direction that we're asking people to. And the people pitching, you know, after we've introduced ourselves, the people pitching take centre stage to tell us who they are, what the social issue is they're trying to address, where they're at with what they're up to, and what they'd like us to help them grapple with. And we have some clarifying questions to check that we've understood to the best of our ability what it is they're asking of us, and then we get them to put their feet up. This is the weird bit. Put their feet up, let go of the baby, and listen to a conversation that plays out. We've run over 150 of these now, and they work well. Rarely is there any tears, rarely is there any major issues, and people can come back if they feel that they really want to, but that thinking time for them is really reaffirming, because a lot of what we're saying will be exactly what's been running through their mind in isolation, but it may also help them to revisit something they might have discounted, might offer up suggestions and ideas for different things. So initially we just unpack that challenge and how these challenges come about. We don't jump into solutions mode. We go around the houses a little bit to work through, well, so what is this challenge? How is it playing out? How do these sorts of things happen? You know, what is our level of knowledge and experience in these sorts of things? How might we have seen things be resolved when these sorts of challenges crop up? And it could be anything from, you know, people, you know, don't know how to market themselves, or people you know, don't know how to charge properly for the services, or they think they need funding, or they need more sales, or maybe they're struggling with time management, or perhaps they can't make the strategic contacts that they need. You know, there's anything and everything could come, and between the brains that we'll put in the room, nobody's expected to know everything. Even if you're not sure on the challenge that's coming, it doesn't matter, because you can ask some great questions, you know, that will help us keep the conversation real and relevant, and at the right level. So it'd be great, you know, to have people come and get involved in this, both to learn about these sorts of processes, learn from the different troubleshooting styles of others, you know, and after we've grappled with the challenge as far as we can for 15 or 20 minutes, we invite the person back to see what they've made of what we said so far, dig in and drill into any other key points, and then we get them to sort of reflect on what they're taking away and what they might do with some cash if we were able to invest in their project right now. And then we take a break, you know, because it can be quite intense doing a few of these back to back. So, you know, we've had lots of people involved from very diverse backgrounds. And I will say a lot of the people that we have getting involved have predominantly been women over the years, on purpose, because we've been trying to diversify mentoring. Some of you might know of other mentoring schemes, mentoring programs, and sometimes it can be sort of highbrow guys off the golf course who come and get involved in this stuff, or it might be people who you see as being, you know, leading in something specific, or being predominantly from corporates, or whatever it might be. We wanted to diversify mentoring in terms of you know, ethnic diversity, gender diversity, and sector diversity. So we've now got a really great mix of people from across all sorts of backgrounds who have a really good understanding of social enterprise and charity sectors, and how to take them seriously, and how to scale and grow them, so that they're resilient and viable for the future. So, you know, if you want to be part of that, we would love to have you involved. Next steps, really, if this sounds like it's of interest, is to either put your email address and in the chat, or if you're watching this on catch up, you can drop me an email here, nicola@flourishtogether.org.uk. There's a little bit of basic info that we ask from you, just to see, you know, why you're interested, any sort of skills and information that you might bring to the table. But in reality, it's an opportunity to just come and get involved between 12 and 5 on the 30th of June and see what you make of it. And then beyond the day, if it's been something that's of interest and that you've benefited from, later on in the year, we will be looking for more people to get involved in our mentor pool. So if you come in the event on the 30th of June, it doesn't mean that you have to mentor for us for a long period or anything like that. You can just come for the day, experience it, see what it's like, see what local talent is looking like in North Manchester and across Greater Manchester, and connect with other you know, business leaders across you know, the social economy and beyond. And you know, we can follow up with anything after you've had a chance to think about it. So I hope that's of interest. Thank you for listening, and hopefully you'll get in touch, and we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot for listening.